Oh, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. And already we're underway here.
Well, Peter, it's easy to heap praise on players that play further up the field, but they couldn't do what they did without the unsung heroes doing the dirty work, and Frank Rijkaard is amongst the very best in the business.
Some say the best ever.
Yeah, and I can see why. He's about as sophisticated as players come, and his role covers everything from reclaiming the ball to, well, pretty much everything else. Only a man of his calibre and cleverness can do that.
Rashford. He's a sharp little ball here. He might be in here! Puskas! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
What a moment of brilliance, control and perfect accuracy.
Speed of thought, speed of action, that's another really clever finish.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. And here's Hullet, and here's Messi. And here's Hullet, knocks it back, and it's Yaya Toure. That is lovely. Oh, important interception. Rashford.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Genuine physical edge about this game. It is quite attritional. Oh, super ball. It's a pretty loose pass. Messi, Puskas, and into the grateful arms of the keeper. Roberto Carlos, who's on a run down the left wing. Yaya Toure. He is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. Cafu gets into a good position. Seedorf. And here's Hullet. Distributed tidily. Now here's the delivery. Up he goes! It's in! And the lead lost no time at all!
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
Simple, certain, effective. He just guided it in.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant.
Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. Yaya Toure can so cleverly bypass the press. Seedorf, and it's Messi. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. And here's Hullet. Backward it goes. Vinicius Junior. Now it's Rashford. And he's had it nicked away. Cafu. And it's Yaya Toure. Messi. Hullet. It's Seedorf. Played back. Passing nice and neat. It's a good spell of possession, this. And He's chosen to go back.
Modern football for you and all that pressing.
Back towards the middle. And here's Seedorf. He's played it back. And here's Messi. Cafu. And this is... And Messi! And that's caused a worry or two. Bergobi. Rijkaard. It's Vinicius Junior. Now it's Puskas. Rijkaard. Can he get it through? Puskas! Just off target.
That is a really good chance missed, Peter. Certainly the way he's been playing.
Lukaku touches it back. Rijkaard is always scanning the pitch for targets. Toure wins the duel this time. Cafu. And it's Seedorf. Here's Roberto Carlos. Played back into the centre. And they're back on the ball again. And we've reached half-time. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. How would you review the first half?
Well, I think the manager should be pretty happy that his side managed to come in on level terms. Things seem to be going a little against them, but they stemmed the tide, got their equaliser. I think we're in for an exciting second half now.
It's been a decent 45 minutes. Competitive, certainly, and a goal each. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half. Bergobi. And it's Hullet. And this is Messi. Cafu. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Yaya Toure. And this is Messi. Rashford. Messi. Messi. Rashford is someone who's always looking to catch the eye with his trickery. Now the delivery. He's gone for goal! Oh, that is very close.
That's a great effort. There was very little backlift to indicate what was coming.
Facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Roberto Carlos, and it's Seedorf. Chooses to go cross-field. Cafu will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Cafu unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Messi going face-to-face with his great rival. Engages and forces him off the ball. Noticeable change in the approach to defending here, much more in your face.
Well, he's been dropping into space and spraying balls all over the pitch, so enough seems enough now.
Now it's Lukaku. Now it's Roberto Carlos. That's tidy. And this is Messi. Messi. And Akanji. Van Dijk. And it's Bergomi. That's Rijkaard. Rashford, given the lift of his goal. Can he get on the end of this? Great work on the overlap. Out for a throw. So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. Lukaku, who got amongst the goals, is being taken off now.
Yeah, he'll get a good ovation for his contribution. I'm not so sure why he's leaving us, though. There's no obvious sign of injury or fatigue.
Maldini. Rijkaard. O'Shea. Yaya Toure. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Threads one in. Oh, big chance! And he hits the net! And they're back in front! Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish, and I think he'll go away feeling pretty good about that one.
Palmeiras got themselves into the lead.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Roberto Carlos played in deep, and that's been well dealt with.
Jeff Chiba really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Yaya Toure. And it's Yaya Toure. Hops for safety. For O'Shea. And it's Maldini. Cruyff. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Seedorf. He's in a great position here. And the finish! He scores! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
Quite a thriller this one's become.
You've got to commend that, Peter. It's the perfect response to falling behind. Don't let your heads drop. Just get back up the pitch and level the scores.
And the shot! It's loose now and they want to get it back.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now. Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer and quickly.
And it's Cruyff. Played out to the left flank. Roberto Carlos.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
It's run loose here. Confirmation that he's not played the ball, that's a foul. Oh, no messing about, it is red. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men. Thuram. That's very neat. Seedorf. And time is up. A good watch, a really good watch. Both sides toiling to try and outthink, outsmart each other. But it wasn't to be, and they're all square. Oh, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. We have already started here.
The midfield three, Peter, I think are going to be key in this lineup because it's a very expansive system.
Yeah, it certainly looks a very front-footed approach. He's got goal! He's scored!
Well, once more, it's him, and we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
A really thumping header, absolutely crashes it in.
He was always going to do that one way or another. A fantastic effort, simply fantastic.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Turns back here, probably the best option. Maldini. Back into the middle. This looks promising. Can he finish? It's a really well-measured ball. Now it's Beckham. They play cross-field, changing the point of attack. Played into space. Oh, he's just misjudged that one.
Rafinha really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
Cruyff. And here's Lukaku. Oh, it's a great ball here. It's a good ball out wide. And this is Lukaku. And it's McTominay. Quarter of an hour played. Now there's a fine ball. And this is Roberto Carlos. Might be danger here. And Cruyff! Just not quite happening for him just now.
Jeff, Chiba really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Maldini. So just a one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. Played out towards the right wing. Cross from Cap. It's a mighty effort!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
McTominay. Maldini. Played out to the right. And he's picked it up out wide. And it's played in here. Bastoni clears it away. This is their second corner of the game. And it's been taken short. Big chance! Stones with the clearance. Cafu. Back they go. O'Shea is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. Roberto Carlos. Lovely bit of skill. And it's Yaya Toure. Oh, good spread. Hoisted in. Cleared away. The ball is loose and the chase is on.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Takes it. A header! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. No, he didn't quite meet it right.
Arsenal certainly look sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
Nicely spread. Played back in. McTominay. Yaya Toure. Toure proves just a little bit too strong. Distributed tidily. Cafu plays it. Oh, smashing header! Oh, should really have made more of that.
Yeah, it's very well timed. The delivery like that with the right amount of pace and whip can be a nightmare to defend against.
1-0 here just before the break, and it looks as though it's going to stay that way for now. Oh, that's fabulous. Kaká. Cross deflected behind for a corner. Beckham plays it short. And now they can spring out of defence. He is through here. Oh, such a clever touch. Played out wide. Cafu receives it in a wide position. Some really good ball movement. Shifted it to the flank. Kaká getting this one clear. O'Shea, out to the right. Cafu. And it's Yaya Toure.
There will be 1 minute.
This is Lukaku. Decent chance! And yes, it's there! 2 up now, and they are cruising. As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
Well, of course, it's great play to set him up, Peter, but you can't say the defence did themselves many favours then. They really should have picked him up sooner.
And the referee brings the first half to a close. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far. And Peter, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
It has been a remarkable contest, decorated by goals, and 2 between them at half-time. And we are already promptly back underway. Pull it.
Yeah, that works for me. The denial of movement, blunt and brusque.
They through for the wide man. Arsenal have themselves a corner, I think. Yes, they do. And he gets rid in a hurry. And now a sudden chance to counter. And back to the keeper they go. Stones. Played out to the right. Beckham. It's out for a goal kick. Rijkaard. Cafu is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. Spread it left. Now it's Roberto Carlos. So 2-0 the scoreline early after half-time. Cafu going face-to-face with his great rival. And it's McTominay. And it's Yaya Toure. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
That has been slung wide. Crossed, he gets big! Oh, surely that deserved a better outcome.
I think we can expect a few more of those now. Better timing was all that was required.
Koundé to Beckham. Now it's Kaká. Rijkaard. Maldini, always on the lookout for any signs of danger. Great vision. Played into space out wide. Cruyff will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. O'Shea. Looking wide. Now the cross. Bastoni gets it away. It'll be a throw-in. McTominay, very much a man of this moment. Cafu, looking to play him in.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Now it's Rafinha. It's a good run down the left-hand side. McTominay defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Now it's Roberto Carlos. Now it's Hullet. Now it's Cruyff. Hernandez producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. He's got away. That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner.
Substitution in progress.
Time then for the first substitution of the game. And now they can spring out of defence. Tries to pass it through. Cafu. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Koundé tries to clear. Played out to the left flank. Decent progress down the left. And he's managed to get free. Drilled it. Oh, shooting chance! It's loose. Oh, and again! Ahead by 2 and just about into the home straight. Roberto Carlos. Seedorf. Nicely spread. Cafu is in a really good position out wide. Oh, what a climb! Bastoni gets it clear. Just 5 minutes remaining now. He's in space and looking for options.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Final checks on the touchline. A change about to occur.
Well, to wait until now to make this change seems a bit baffling. He's expecting the miraculous to turn this around from here.
Eduardo Camavinga.
And that should get the job done. Cross goes in there. He's cut it out. Beckham. Not the most accurate pass. Ball is over the line. But there's going to be another change here.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
Rummenigge receives it in a good position here. Hernandez. O'Shea cuts out the pass. And the number on the board is 3. Into the channel. Can he latch on to this? And the finish! It's hit the upright. It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Oh, he's been caught napping. Tries to... He rises! Oh, that was a brilliant save. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Well, don't you just love it when a plan comes together? Victory never in doubt in the mind of the mastermind in all of this. A solid win, which will be welcomed all round. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. And already we're underway. Roll! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Raul is offering a wry smile there.
Well, we hardly need reminding, Jim, of the strengths of David Beckham. He could play a huge part in the outcome of this game.
Yeah, he's one of a kind, isn't he, Peter? No one could match his accuracy or technique in delivering the ball. On top of that, you have his great fitness levels getting up and down the pitch, and his big game mentality, and his quiet leadership.
O'Shea. Roberto Carlos. Yaya Toure. Oh, good-looking ball. And it's Hullet. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase.
It's Roberto Carlos! Decent strike, kept it fizzing low.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
They've played it short. This looks promising. That's good play. Turns and goes back. And he's managed to get free. Played into the big header! Roberto Carlos. Tries to peek, gets big! He's delivered all right! It was wonderfully efficient.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
After 17 minutes is number 99, Romelu Lukaku.
A 1-0 lead established.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
He's picked his way through. It's a goal kick. Maldini. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Rijkaard is the team's great visionary. O'Shea. It could be in here. And this is Torres.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Passing is crisp and sharp. Yaya Toure. And this is Lukaku. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. Roberto Carlos is fouled. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning. Well, this may not be the kindest angle for a direct hit.
Well, there's lots of movement in the box for them to pick out.
Roberto Carlos looks across and plays it in. He's going for goal! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
O'Shea. Roberto Carlos is one whose deliveries we all know about. And it's Maldini. 30 minutes gone. And here's Hullet. And here's Lukaku. Maldini. Arsenal upping the intensity here, having lost possession.
Yeah, it's actually very good pressing. They want it back as quickly as they can get it, and they're hunting in packs to do just that.
Good to watch.
It really is. It's rugged and robust, but it still needs plenty of intelligence and teamwork.
O'Shea. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. 1-0 here just before the break, and it looks as though it's going to stay that way for now. Pull it. Khan claims comfortable. Opts for safety. Roberto Carlos, who does have an assist to his name. Rijkaard. Now Yaya Toure. Maldini. Yaya Toure. And it's McTominay. For O'Shea. McTominay. Now that looks a decent ball. Pull it. Roberto Carlos. Delivered in. And the goalkeeper's got a good palm to that.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai tries making a foray down the right. And the first half is done. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
Everyone, please.
Yeah, I like the fact that there was a genuine flow to this game, as well as intent. But I can't help feeling that their efforts deserved that little bit more.
Leading a cagey game here. It's had its moments, and it's 1-0 at the break. So we're just settling back into this second half.
Well, it's been tight, Peter, but I'm expecting things to open up now, and we get some free-flowing football.
And now they can clear their lines. That'll be a throw. Now it's McTominay. Yeah, he's offering an apology for that. He needed to deliver a better ball. Szoboszlai. Now it's Raul. Lovely bit of skill. Great chance! That is decidedly lacking.
Look, we've all been there. Not that it'll make him feel much better at the moment.
Rijkaard. Distributed tidily. Can he get it through? Spread neatly. Cafu. Cross from Cafu. Terrific header! Oh, not this time, but a lot of applause for the thought.
Yeah, it's very well timed. A delivery like that with the right amount of pace and whip can be a nightmare to defend against.
Still just a single goal between the sides. Maldini makes the interception. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Tries to pass it through. That is a crunching tackle. That's going to go a long way. Out to the left it goes. Hazard gets into some space.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Looking for a runner. Raul looking to run onto it. Out for a throw.
Substitution in progress.
That looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. The ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances. O'Shea tries to clear. Pullet looking to penetrate opposition lines. He's found a way through. Just the keeper to be. Can he finish? Oh, taken with style. 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Yeah, having the thrust to get there is one thing, having the composure to score is another.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
So that's 2 now without reply.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
Rijkaard. And it's Rijkaard. Maldini, a man never lacking in drive or determination. Now McTominay. O'Shea. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Now, can they get him away? And this is Torres! And this is Neymar. Now it's Xavi Alonso. Fired deep towards the back post. Smashing delivery, just didn't do enough with it.
Yeah, that was really sharp. That kind of delivery can play havoc with defences.
And they've got rid. And now a sudden chance to counter. It's a throw-in. O'Shea. That's good pressing, squeezing the play. Maldini. Cruyff conjures time and space where few can. Turns back here, probably the best option. Cafu. Ahead by 2 and just about into the home straight. Thuram looking to add to his goal. For Yaya Toure. Szoboszlai. Beckham. Xavi Alonso. Looking for the run. Oh, nicely intercepted. Yaya Toure. And it's Maldini. Cafu. It's Hullet. And it's Cruyff. Threads one in. And he's there to belt it away. What a throw in. Now some movement on the bench, and we are going to see a change. Lewandowski coming on here as broadly expected.
Well, it's going to make for a frantic end, Peter. Let's hope he's got enough time to make the impact he wants.
Looking to play him in, and he's picked it up out wide. Cross into the box.
Oh, that's a cracking ball. Too quick for defence and keeper.
There will be 3
Beckham.
minutes added time.
Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes. Szoboszlai. Cristiano Ronaldo. So that's it. It is all over. It's a super show all round. Both sides doing their best to impose themselves, but one evidently, undeniably better equipped. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. And already we're underway here. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Seedorf. Vieira producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. It's a really well-measured ball, and he's picked it up out wide. It's a crossfield ball towards the other flank.
Well spotted. Well, Peter, I'm looking forward to seeing a player who has brought some new skills to the game, Ronaldinho. He looks one way and passes the other. Unconventional and cheeky, but always, always an enjoyable watch.
Yeah, he's playing beach football on the grandest. And Messi! Oh, nice. Just not quite.
Yeah, certainly could have been something so much more.
Cafu. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Out towards the flank. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Can he spark a counter here? Opts for safety. And it's Roberto Carlos. Yaya Toure is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
No goals as yet. Gerrard. Now there's a fine ball. Gets into some space. He's got all. Goal! Lazio! Certain, searing and imperious.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and made it perfectly.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Gerrard.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Oh, good spread. Cafu is looking to influence the game from out wide. Half an hour played now. Lazio trying to orchestrate a breakaway here by the looks of it.
Well, I would say that this is probably the easiest way to play the game, because you try and absorb in numbers defensively, and then you look to hit it with a long ball quickly on the counter-attack to get your men in behind the opposition defence.
Just looking for that one telling pass. Cafu. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Roberto Carlos. And it's Seedorf. Now it's Hullet. Played back. Played out to the right. Picked out brilliantly. Great ball, and he's in here.
OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Seedorf. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Excellent interception. Ronaldinho. And here's Hullet. And the shot! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Suarez actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Knocks it into space. Hullet with a beautifully timed run. And the counter is on. Looking for the run.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
For a shot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. And he gets rid in a hurry. And the half-time whistle goes. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
It's a dressing room that needs rousing at half-time because, in truth, they've not really been at it so far. If the pep talk works, we may see a very different side second half. We need to.
And the game has already resumed here.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. Roberto Carlos might just make this. Great ball if he can get there. That's tidy. Ferdinand does really well to win the ball there. Well, that looks like a final warning. Still no card. Roberto Carlos looking to play it into the box.
Well, great position for a cross this, Peter. Now to get good contact on it.
Roberto Carlos receives it in a wide position. And it's Yaya Toure. And this is Roberto Carlos. Seedorf. Deflected behind for a corner kick.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
And he's there to belt it away. Yaya Toure. Lazio are looking to go forward now. And it's Messi. Clipped into space. Oh, what a climb! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
It was such a clever idea to lift it into his path.
Gives it back. And he's in on... There's the shot! Denied by an instinctive save.
Gerrard is offering a wry smile there.
Rijkaard is always looking to break lines. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, the time has arrived to start taking risks. They may well be happy just to level this.
And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Pull it. O'Shea. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it. If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Suarez could try cutting inside here. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Rijkaard. Lukaku. Now it's Hullet. Now, what about a counter-attack? Some good, persistent defending here. Oh, good read. And that could set him on his way. Now, this could be a chance. Ronaldinho. Big chance! He has done it! And this is getting better and better. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Lazio are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
And it's Zanetti. Yeah.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Rijkaard. That looks a decent ball. It's a promising position. Takes a shot! Oh, and that is really good tenacity. Corner number 2 then. They've played it short. And he's gone backward here. He's having a shot! And he's really put himself on the line here. So, third corner of the game. Roberto Carlos plays it short. Yaya Toure! Oh no, that could be a costly miss.
Well, at least they're showing some positive intent now, Peter. That's the sort of urgency that's required when you do go behind.
Turns back here, probably the best option.
Well, this does not look promising, Peter. The least they can do is to give the crowd something to cheer about, but that might be difficult from here.
Roberto Carlos. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Knocks it out wide. And it's Seedorf. For O'Shea. Played out wide. Cafu. And this is Messi. Not too much more here than seeing out time, and time is very nearly seen out. Messi, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. And here's Suarez. He has found the... It's Luis Suarez! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Suarez really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
And this is Messi. And that's it. In the end then, no joy. Not for the want of trying, not for the want of running. Simply they were beaten by a better team on the day. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should... Oh, what a climb! Superb goal!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate, on heels rather than toes.
He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
So, a breakthrough already. And it's Yaya Toure. Good ball, good take. He's on it, can he get away? Shot, surely! He's got a goal! And the lead lost no time at all!
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
Piercing, and with pinpoint accuracy, he forces it through.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that, but you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response.
Kukçu. And here's Messi. Just eases him off the ball. Oh, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Yeah, he's fouled him there. It's a straight red. He has been given his marching orders. The player's body language here is a bit grim. It is not looking great at all. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. We'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men. Rijkaard is always scanning the pitch for targets. McTominay, nicely spread. Cafu, and this is Messi. Messi touches it back.
Modern football for you and all that pressing.
And here's Lukaku, threads one in. Neymar. Kukçu. Lukaku strokes it back.
That's good pressure. It gave him no other choice.
McTominay. Oh, that's nice. An instinctive delivery.
Oh, that's a cracking ball. Too quick for defence and keeper.
Takes aim and he rises! And that was very necessary. And that's definitely not his best. Has a look and plays it forward. And this is Messi. Messi. Oh, it's great defensive work. It doesn't take too much imagination to guess what would have happened otherwise.
Well, he's not the type that's short on self-belief, so that could rub off on his teammates now.
Roberto Carlos. And he's managed to get rid. Azar. This looks promising. Oh, played right into his path. He's Messi! He has done it! And they've got their lead back. Stylish in the extreme, a delicious goal.
That was magnificent. The way he caught it so perfectly, I think he's even managed to surprise himself, Peter.
Madrid get themselves into the lead.
This is the perfect example of how to play with...
Shapes to shoot! That was superb goalkeeping.
Messi really must be thinking what he has to do to score there. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Yaya Toure! Tonali gets it clear. Yaya Toure has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. Approaching half-time and still behind. Can they make something happen now? Nicely worked. He could be in here. Goes for goal! And that is doing no harm at all.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
Quality ball. Kupchu. And it's Neymar. And here's Batista. And he's had a hit! And he has kept it out somehow.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Not pretty, but it gets the job done. And now they can spring out of defence. Messi. Cafu. Now it's Hullet. And this is Lukaku. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Messi gets into a good position. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Pull it. Now he's got space here. Now it's Lukaku. And that'll be the final action of the first half. It's been thrills and spills at either end in the first half. Neither side really seizing the initiative, and both teams still very much in it. Reflections on the first half?
Jeff, Chiba are very much up against it, and that's given the manager a real headache as to how to get his players to regain focus during half-time. He's going to have to get amongst the players and really lift them to produce something close to the best football if they're going to salvage this.
And the game has already resumed here.
Well, I think in these circumstances it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Yaya Toure. Cafu is always looking to play quality balls. Here's Roberto Carlos. Looking to play him in. Hit into the middle. Marquinhos getting this one clear. Oh, shooting chance! Well, that is commitment to the cause. It's their second corner of the game. Cafu plays it short. Madrid are looking to go forward now. Now it's Hazard. Tries to pass it through. And the shot! He scored! And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. And that's it. So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening.
En el marcador se podrá ver a continuación.
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. The action has already started. Now it's Bullet! And again! And that's off target. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Well, when it comes to youth and potential, Peter, it's hard to look past Pedri, who is probably going to have a very busy game here. I think he's got everything that you need to play in a midfield role, and he's so cute and clever with any aspect of...
Oh, what has happened here? Messi, and it's Roberto Carlos. Aldair is there to clear. Neymar. Pedri. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And he's there to belt it away. It's been a pretty high-octane start, at least from one side's perspective.
Yeah, whether they've been allowed to set the standards or not, they're setting them, and the goal has to follow.
Yaya Toure. Now it's Hullet. Oh, good spread. Cafu tries to cross. Firm header, just off target.
He did so well there, it's just a shame about the accuracy. Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Now it's McTominay. Lukaku! He's scored! That is a super smooth goal, beautiful manoeuvring of the ball, and splendid authority in the finish.
Well, I think he knew all he had to do was get it under control, and it was always going to end up in the back of the net thereafter.
Pedri! Fair attempt, just the wrong outcome.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. McTominay, a player who needs no introduction. Branthwaite gets over and intercepts. Aldair. That has not gone well. Yaya Toure. And it's Messi. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. And it's a crossfield ball towards the other flank. Now it's McTominay. And he welcomes it in. Pedri. Van Nistelrooy.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
And it's Pedri. Neymar. And Van Nistelrooy! It's off target and by quite a way.
Oh, what a chance. He probably had more time than he realised.
Neither of these two want to come off second best. Maldini. And he's picked out the run. Messi! And that is quite wonderful. A finish of true class. They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. Beautiful, just beautiful. The joy of the moment.
That was magnificent. The way he caught it so perfectly, I think he's even managed to surprise himself, Peter.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
Maldini. Yaya Toure has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. And here's Lukaku, shifting it to the flank. Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. And this is Neymar. Pedri. He's being urged to shoot. And Van Nistel! That's another chance! And it's hoisted clear. Yaya Toure. Rijkaard. And it's Maldini. To Messi. Maldini. Played into space. Costa Curta. And it's Neymar. And it's Van Nistelrooy. Messi. Cafu. For Yaya Toure. And he's forced to go back. Costa Curta. Ambitious ball here. Can he get onto this? Bops him off it and wins back the ball. And it's half-time here. So your views on the first half?
Jeff Chiba certainly can feel happy about how things have gone, but now isn't the time to take their foot off the pedal. They need to keep pushing, keep imposing, don't leave the door open for the opposition.
It has been a remarkable contest, decorated by goals, and two between them at half-time. And we are back on the way. Cafu going face-to-face with his great rival. And he's gone searching cross-field. Rijkaard. Maldini, always on the lookout for any signs of danger. And it's Pedri. Tries to pass it through. Yamal! And he has kept it out somehow.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Can he get it through? Maldini. Quality ball. Foot in. Yamal. Driving through the... He's having a shot! Cafu. So 2-0 the scoreline early after half-time. Nicely weighted ball. He can get that clear. Showing good feet. Nice bit of skill, and he's away. McTominay, and that's aimed into the middle. He's dealt with that well. Wilshere. 60 minutes played. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Played with Fini, gets bit! I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Oh, that is asking for trouble. He is through here. Lukaku. It's Lukaku! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. And the lead is extended still further. Oh, delicious, such devilish curl.
Oh, what a hit, Peter, and there was nothing lucky about it, let me tell you. It was measured, it was simply inch perfect.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy. It's a promising position, and it's Messi. Yaya Toure. McTominay plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone.
That pressing is so good, it's nice and early.
Maldini.
You can never be short of runners into space. As long
Terrific header! And the keeper threw out a limb. Corner number 2 then. Well, the ball's gone astray. He really is being given no time to think on the ball now.
Well, he's profited handsomely already in this match, and at last their sense of danger has brought them to a possible solution.
And here's Messi. Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Danger averted for now. Half an hour gone in the second half. Pedri does well to get it back, and they can counter here. Now he's got space here. Oh, good take in a good area, and it's played in here. Cleared away. Messi. Bullet dominates aerially so often. Yaya Toure. Bullet. Yaya Toure. And he plays one through. Real chance! It's in! Yet another goal in an awesome performance! They are in complete charge! That is a diamond of a goal! The planning immaculate, the execution brilliant.
That is simply tremendous. I mean, how easy would it have been to get across it or overhit it? Perfection.
It's become a case of men against boys. Bullet defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. And he's being shifted off it. McTominay. And it's Messi. Neymar. Strong running down that left flank. Knocks it into space. Serginho in acres of space out wide. Header! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? It wasn't a great header in the end. Maldini. Not too much more here than seeing out time, and time is very nearly seen out. And there goes the final whistle. So a real showpiece win. This lot was simply far too clever for their opponents, and despite their best endeavours, it has ended in an easy win. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. And as you can see, we've already started here. Well, there is the unmistakable figure of the charismatic Eric Cantona. Poet, philosopher, player extraordinaire. Perhaps one of the most compelling characters ever to grace a football field.
Yeah, and don't forget, an inspirational leader too, who always rose to the occasion. And he'll have a busy game being both the team's engine and leading the attack.
Never to be forgotten. Roberto Carlos, the cross, and he's there to clear it. Adams, Guardiola, Kimmich, and Puyol, and it's James, and it's Salah. Now James, it is early, but the game hasn't yet sparked into life. And the shot! Great build-up, it all deserved a better ending.
Oh, it's very good running that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
Guardiola! No, not the best of headers. Oh, this looks sharp. Rivaldo. Salah. He's gone for goal! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Cantona! And he has kicked it out somehow.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Still goalless at the moment. Rijkaard. Now it's Lukaku. Yaya Toure. Out to the right. Steered out wide, but he won't reach that one. Here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. Lukaku receives it in a good position here. McTominay stood his ground strongly. And here's Hullet. Decent chance! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Roberto Carlos plays it short, and it's Messi. Messi! That's really well cleared. Stood up well to him there. Borussia Dortmund have the chance to go the other way. Cantona looking to run onto it. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. McTominay. Yaya Toure. Driving on and making good progress. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. 15 minutes till half-time. Will play through for the wide man. Pinches it off him. Cantona. That's the keeper's ball.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
He has found a way through. Deep cross, he gets big! Firm header, just off target.
That's a really decent chance.
Still waiting for the first breakthrough, but not for the want of trying. Guardiola. Kimmich. James. And it's Salah. Salah. Good, strong midfield running here. Out of play for a goal kick. And he's forced to go back. And he's gone searching crossfield. Knocks it into space. Now it's Messi. He is just caressing the ball.
There will be 1 minute added
Judge,
time.
surely! Oh, it's come off the upright. And he's managed to get rid. Shot a goal! Cleared away. And again! And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. And that'll be the last act of the first half. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying.
Everyone,
So there was the first half.
Jeff Chiba really did turn up the tempo at the end of the half, and while they'll be disappointed not to have broken through, obviously, the chances will come, provided they can keep producing good spells. It's been a half with significantly more positives than negatives, I feel.
An intriguing half, lacking only in goals. The score 0-0. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half. Both sides defensively robust up to now. Cafu. Yaya Toure. That's Rijkaard. Maldini. Aim forwards. Great defending, strong and determined. Can he get onto this? Oh, well played, lovely. Big chance! I'll be a bit disappointed with that.
Well, that was certainly bold, Peter. He's never short on confidence.
That's a sharp pass. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. He He really is being given no time to think on the ball now.
Yeah, he's been a real pest on that flank, Peter, but I think life is about to get tougher.
And it's Messi. Hullet. And he's there to belt it away. Yaya Toure, well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Yaya Toure has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. Little pass back, and it's McTominay. Chance! Firm header just off target.
That's a great attempt, although he clearly feels he should have done better with it.
It is still anyone's game, 0-0. Now it's Hullet. Now it's Messi. Cafu. Cafu going full tilt down the right-hand side. Rivaldo. And it's James. Kimmich. And it's Rivaldo. Cantona quietly revving up. Can he get it through? And he shoots! It's in! Looks offside, I think. Yep, the flag is up.
Is the light very short-lived? The referee's assistant did have his flag up. It might have been close, but it was correct.
Disappointment and relief on either side. Nothing doing. So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. Well, that is the number we all wanted to see. What a sight this is.
Well, not quite sure why he wasn't started, Peter, but at least it's a move that makes everyone happy.
Adams. Triol. Here's Rivaldo. Salah. He's had a shot! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Danger averted for now. Maldini. It's a crossfield ball towards the other flank.
Good switch, that.
McTominay can see things others simply cannot. Looking for options for movement. And he's heaved it away. And it's McTominay. Now it's Thuram. Pass is coming off in quick succession. It's Ibrahimovic! He has done it! Finally, the deadlock is broken.
Look, before we can even delve into the detail, the significance of taking the lead should be our initial reflection, and that's priceless.
After 78 minutes is
And he stuck it away as if laser-guided.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, Peter, the manager's all smiles, but he's got a big decision to make here. He needs to see this one out.
And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. He's in space and looking for options. Triol is there, and he can get that clear. Thuram.
Jeff Chiba surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now. That's positional goal, the utilisation of space.
Good read, needed to be.
Borussia Dortmund really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
Played back to the goalkeeper. 3-all. Very much into the last knockings.
That's going in strongly.
He's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. Well, that looks like a final warning. Still no card.
Substitution for Borussia Dortmund. Number 18, number 14, Pep Guardiola.
And it's
Coming on the
Rivaldo.
field, number 17,
And he welcomes it in.
Maradona.
A
Number
reprieve,
23,
albeit perhaps momentary.
Emery. 4 added minutes has
Into
been
a
indicated.
minimum of 4 minutes additional time. Maradona. Now that looks a decent ball. That's very neat. He's got away. Can he finish? In he goes again. Really well taken goal. They have stolen level at the last. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Yeah, his instinct told him that the keeper would struggle to cope with that, so top marks for him following up. I think it's really sharp play, it was well read, and he was a little quicker than everybody else.
And that's that. So it's ended all square, both sides showing battling qualities and neither willing to give in. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. And as you can see, we've already started here. And this is Cruyff. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Well, there's one man here who stands head and shoulders above the rest and just about... He's had a shot! Now that is commitment to the cause. Maldini gets it away. And now a sudden chance to counter. And he stands tall, impenetrable. McTominay. The ball has bounced loose now. Sends it crossfield. Cafu looking to play him in. Can he get onto this? That's good play. Cafu receives it in a wide position.
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
And it's been taken short. Now it's McTominay. Lukaku! He can get that clear. Rijkaard. Well, both starting the game at a pretty decent tempo. Cafu. And this is Lukaku. And the shot! Oh, he's got that all wrong, and it's a penalty. So a big chance now from 12 yards. So this the chance to fire his team in front. No, he's missed it!
You couldn't ask for a better opportunity to equalise, but now he'll feel like the opposition have just scored.
Costa Corta. So it is still 0-0. Roberto Carlos is one whose deliveries we all know about, and it's Cruyff. Deep cross, climbs up big! There it is! There is the breakthrough! A really thumping header, absolutely crashes it in.
Yeah, but I think most of the credit has to go for the ball into the box, Peter. Just came in at the perfect time and the perfect angle.
So the first goal of the game.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough, though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
Now it's Lukaku. That is good alertness.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Brilliantly cut out. Cleared away. Azar! It's hit the uprights. And that was very necessary. Guardiola. Cruyff conjures time and space where few can. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. And it's Hullet. Roberto Carlos. It's Hullet. It's a really well-measured ball. Cafu gets into a good position. It's out of play, and it is a goal kick. Guardiola. 15 minutes till half-time. It's a pretty loose pass. Maldini. And it's Rijkaard. Cafu. Great vision. Cruyff. Now it's Hullet. And this is Lukaku. Scholes, nicely aimed pass. Out to the left it goes. Now it's Azar. Tries to play it through. Stoichkov gets into some space. It is a corner, good chance. Cruyff can get it clear. Can he finish? Big relief, it just needed better contact.
It's almost like he had too much thinking time there, Peter.
Oh, good-looking ball. It's a great gallop down the right-hand side. And this is Scholes. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Guardiola. And here's Stoichkov. Stoichkov. Good purposeful running this. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. And it's Roberto Carlos. Cafu, who does have an assist to his name. McTominay. Scholes. He is always looking to break lines. Stoichkov. No, that was never going to make it. Roberto Carlos knocks it into space. Oh, he's found support out wide. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead, and that gives them something to build on after the break.
I thought that was a decent 45 minutes of football, plenty of signs that both managers can take a lot of encouragement from. I would say the mood is neither overly negative nor positive. You still have to approach this like it's 0-0.
Leading 1-0 at the break. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
Jeff, Chiba really need to go and grab another goal now, Peter, if they're going to go on and secure this.
Scholes.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Maradona. Can he get on the end of this? Threads one in. Maradona will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Well, momentarily the situation was perilous, but his alertness has saved the day.
Some inspired work that. It's good that someone knew exactly what they were doing.
Cross deflected behind for a corner. It's their second corner of the game. Roberto Carlos with the short one. And this is Roberto Carlos. Santos have the chance to go the other way. Roberto Carlos gets a foot in here. Tries to pass it through, and he's onside.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And it's McTominay. And this is Hullet. Loose ball now, and there's a chase on through. Oh, what has happened here? And one more try! Oh, that is really good tenacity. So, third corner of the game. Cafu plays it short. That has been slung wide. And now they can spring out of defence. Santos do have a chance to counter here. Your impression so far, Jim?
I think the manager's pondering his options as to whether to stick or twist, Peter, in view of the time remaining. He might have a tough call to make now.
And Stoichkov! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Stoichkov clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
There's the clearance. Out for a throw. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a full... And the shot! Scores! Oh, split-second reaction.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
And into the grateful arms of the keeper.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
This is a really front-footed approach.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Now it's Maradona. Hazard. Cafu. And they've switched it over to the other side. Now Yaya Toure. Nicely spread. Cafu. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Just a quarter of an hour to play. That's very neat. It's Lukaku! Lukaku! Superb! A finish of true class. Two to the good, and they are purring. Absolutely purring. That was easy, almost too easy.
Way too good, Peter. Too quick, too smart for that defence, who were made to look a little lost, in all honesty.
Camisa 5, camisa 18, camisa 16. Deixando o campo para a entrada de camisa 24, camisa 20, camisa 13. Teremos uma substituição.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. So that's two now without reply.
Well, I think it's just the reward for their application. They've played with great courage to try and kill this off, and for me, it looks like they've just about done it.
There's a searching big header! They've scored! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
We have got ourselves a game here.
Well, they'll just be praying that one more chance falls their way before the whistle goes.
Played out to the right. And it's Seedorf.
Jeff Chiba surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Rummenigge, and this is Ibrahimovic. And Ibrahimovic! Oh, the ball's... Oh, he's been caught on it here. The cross comes in.
Jeff Chiba really wanted that two-goal cushion, but it wasn't to be. Still, they should be able to see it out from here.
Cafu. And the referee's looking at his watch. We could be done here. Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple. Ambitious ball here. Bergkamp is in a really good position out wide. Cafu gets a good foot in there. Vinicius Junior. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football. A real ride that Oh, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. As you can see, we've already started here. Opts to play it back. Crosses in it. Oh, smashing header! Oh, wonderful! What a goal! A finish of true class! Simple, certain, effective. He just guided it in.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Roberto Carlos. Hullet. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Van Dijk defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. So just the one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. And it's McTominay. Yaya Toure. Roberto Carlos. Played in by... He gets big!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Roberto Carlos. And it's McTominay. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
And that was very necessary. That's a good ball out wide. Cafu will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Oh, it's come loose. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Turns back here, probably the best option. Over to the left. Now it's Roberto Carlos. Roberto Carlos. Now it's Messi. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Now it's Vieri. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
McTominay. Roberto Carlos. McTominay, very much a man of this moment. Madueke. Davids. Threads one in. Always onto this. Vieri receives it in a wide position. Strokes it back.
He had nobody else to help out there.
Pass is just off target. Oh, that's a key interception. Roberto Carlos. Vardiol makes the interception. And it's Doué. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Davids. Picked out brilliantly. Whistle's gone and the referee has given a penalty. And that is a huge moment in the context of the game. And that's going to be a booking. Well, no question, Jim, the referee has seen that as a professional foul. A formality, we're level. Not a twitch, not a blink.
Well, I'm not sure what body language the keeper was trying to read, but it didn't work.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome should all come down to finishing.
Gives it back.
Really got in his face there, and it was well played.
Flashes it across. Well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Madueke. McTominay can so cleverly bypass the press. That is a brilliant interception. And he's managed to get rid. Messi going face to face with his great rival. He's looking wide, and he's whipped it across. That's really well cleared. Roberto Carlos. Now what about this cross?
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Oh, that's nice. And this is Messi. And Messi! It's a loose ball. Doué. Chance here to counter. It's a good run down the left-hand side. And he's had it nicked away. Yaya Toure. And it's Roberto Carlos.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Not the most convincing of passes. There's the whistle for half-time. So it's all squared. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying.
Everyone, please welcome the two
So in they
sides.
come for the break with nothing to separate them. The score 1-1. So it's back to business.
Jeff, Chiba clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
Adams. McTominay. Roberto Carlos is always looking to play quality balls. Vardiol. Rijkaard. Roberto Carlos is sporting a guilty look after that.
Ah, he made it look a bit predictable.
Davids. Cafu. And it's Davids. And Madueke. And there's green grass ahead of him. He's found the way. Theory! Messi. And it's McTominay. Roberto Carlos. Now it's Lukaku. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be. Now it's Kaká. Madueke. And it's Rijkaard. Madueke. Brilliantly cut out. Cafu. For Yaya Toure. McTominay being hunted in packs.
Yeah, he's had so much room to operate in. He's been running the show, but maybe the curtain's about to come down on him.
He's bring it back.
He's got no choice here. He had to go backwards.
Nice try, but he wasn't buying it. Now it's Hullet. A cracking ball. Roberto Carlos. This looks promising. He's on it. Can he get away? Madueke. Doué. Can he spark a counter here? And that is as far as they're going to go. And this is Lukaku. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
I'm not sure the shot was ever on there, really. There were just too many bodies in the way, Peter.
It's a promising position. It's a goal kick. Messi is always playing with one eye on the spectacular. Neither of these two want to come off second best. It's loose here and they'll want to reclaim it.
Substitution on the field.
And we have our very first corner. Roberto Carlos with the short one. Cruyff! Rijkaard with the clearance. Decent chance! It's a goal! And they've got their lead back. It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Cruyff demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? And here's Doué. And the shot! Oh, taken with style. And once more we are all square. You score, we score.
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
Yeah, it's simply tragic defending when a renowned finisher is ignored. It's how he built his reputation.
So all square, and not for the first time.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response.
Now it's Vieri. Madueke, can he get on the end of this? He's in a great position here.
That was well seen too. Good clearance.
Substitution in progress.
So now we're going to get those changes we have been expecting. Guti coming on here as broadly expected.
Well, it's going to make for a frantic end, Peter. Let's hope he's got enough time to make the impact.
He's got tall. And that's a real chance missed.
Well, we could be headed for a scenario in which next goal is the winner. That chance could have been it too.
That's a nicely shaped ball. Now it's Tura. Tries a shot! Oh, it's in! Late in the day! This could well be it! No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for. Not much time now for anything fresh to happen, I think. And it's Doué. He's got away. That's tidy.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And they're back on the ball again. Davids. Plays the return pass.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Doué could try cutting inside here. And this is Vieri. Can he finish? He's got a goal! They have stolen level at the last! Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
That's what he lives for, Peter. Not a lot more to add.
So all square with almost no time remaining.
Credit where it's due. This is great attitude. Now the only question is whether there's...
And that's it. Magic. What a magical football match. And genuine respect all round. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Yeah, this looked the most likely outcome, but we've had...
So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. Messi.
Javier Zanetti will be having a very busy game for sure, Peter. He'll be raiding the flanks all game long, if he's allowed to, of course. But if he starts beating people and getting balls into the box consistently, I can only see one winner here.
And he does it with such an unassuming demeanour. He makes the ordinary look beautiful, doesn't he?
He does, absolutely. His game is just laced with moments of sheer brilliance.
It's a good spell of possession, this. Spread it left. Roberto Carlos. Cross flung in towards the middle. Cannavaro clears it away. Fernando Torres. Neither side especially adventurous early on. It's Wilshere. Distributed tidily. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. Looking to play him in. Oh, it requires real discipline to defend this deep, and they are showing just such discipline. And here's Mbappe, and it's Del Piero. And this is Wilshere, gives it back. Lobbed in behind. Bullish header! Caught offside that time. Wilshere, nicely spread. It's a pretty loose pass.
Yeah, I've had a quick review of what we've seen so far, and I can confirm we're in a shot-free zone.
Played into the box. McTominay gets it away.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Cafu is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. And this is Hullet. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Denilson.
That was lovely, that.
Fernando Torres. And claimed it back swiftly. Oh, that's delightful. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. McTominay. Yaya Toure. And it's Rijkaard. To Maldini. Quality ball. And it's Messi. It's a really well-measured ball. In towards the back stick. Chiellini tries to clear. Wilshere. Tries to pass it through. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Yaya Toure. Still waiting for the game's first breakthrough goal. It'll be a throw-in. Denilson. Xavi Alonso. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
McTominay. Messi. Yaya Toure. McTominay, very much a man of this moment. Pull it. And this is Messi. Pull it! Mbappe. And it's Wilshere. To Danielson. Del Piero. And the whistle goes for half-time. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. So your views on the first half?
Well, at least the defence can look back on a job pretty well done so far, Peter. I think they've squeezed the play quite well and they've been relentless in their pressing. So the energy levels have looked good.
Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time. So we're just settling back into this second half.
Jeff, Chiba clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
Del Piero! Roberto Carlos. McTominay can see things others simply cannot. And it's Maldini. That's Rijkaard. Now it's Lukaku. Roberto Carlos. That's very neat. And it's McTominay. Well timed, excellent interception. Threads one in. And this is Torres. He has found the way through. Del Piero. He has a look up. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
Little pass back. Turns back here, probably the best option. Passing is crisp and sharp. Spread out to the left. Very nicely done. And this is Lukaku. He's found the way through. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped. Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Cafu, who's short. And a chance! He scored! And that was his 20th goal for this team. He made it happen, squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that, but you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, it looks like a bit of half-time encouragement was all that was needed because we have a very different game on our hands now, Peter.
So, Jim, what are you thinking?
There's a lot of football still to be played, Peter, so ideally they need to maintain an attacking endeavour.
Wilshere. Toure wins the duel this time. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. Messi. He's in plenty of space here. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Can he spark a counter here? And it's Zanetti. Wilshere. Del Piero. Now Mbappe. Showing great feet there. Deflected behind for a corner kick.
Substitution in progress. Substitution on the field. Number 7.
So time for change. And this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Lukaku. Number 4. Gullit. Coming on the field.
Rummenigge with the clearance.
Gattuso.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
That is lovely.
Corinthians really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Maldini. Cafu. Now it's Messi. Messi. That's a promising position. Can he get on the end of this? Cross from Cafu. Big header! Oh, and that should have been two.
He's really trying to take this upon himself to get it won.
Substitutions taking place.
Couple of changes then in quick succession.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
Ricky Puig. Out to the left it goes. 1-0 as we head towards the end. And he's managed to get free. Shot, surely! Maldini, the man that is tenacity personified. Hoisted upfield by the keeper. Driving forward. Nice looking ball. There's the shot! And yes, it's there! Dying minutes, and we're all square again. That's wonderfully done. Crisp hit, true finish.
Well, most of those go high and wide because of their difficulty. He made it look like he does it every day.
All square again into the dying minutes.
It just goes to show you what determination can achieve. OK, there isn't much time left, but if we have to find a winner now, there's no question who I'll be backing.
4 added minutes has been
Now it's
indicated.
Roberto Carlos. Oh, important interception. Time added on 4 minutes. Denilson. Ricky Puig. Shifted it to the flank. Tries to play it through. Rummenigge picks it up out wide. Shot a goal! Oh, it's in! And that may just do it! Well, it's taken a big deflection, but boy, he will want that one.
The goal scorer, number 13, Karl-Heinz.
And that's it. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football. A real ride that had all of us glued to our seats from the very beginning. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. And already we're underway here. Roberto Carlos. Nice control. Now it's McTominay. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. He's in space and looking for options. He rises! He's scored!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate, on heels rather than toes.
A really thumping header, absolutely crashes it in.
Well, you've always got that threat when he's around. Great movement, and what a great header.
So, a breakthrough already. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Rijkaard. He's gone forward. Yaya Toure. Opts for safety. So just one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. Cafu. And it's Yaya Toure. Over to the left. Now it's Roberto Carlos. And it's Yaya Toure. That's a good ball out wide. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. Cafu. Madrid look happy to sit back for the moment here.
Yeah, everything they're doing screams counter-attack, but it's a long counter-attack. When they win it back, they're not wasting any time. They're just trying to get the runners away as quickly as possible.
Well, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. Yaya Toure, and he's forced to go back. Oh, good spread. And here's Messi. Gives it back. And this is Lukaku. Lukaku! And that wasn't far away.
Oh, did the keeper have that covered? I'm not sure he did. I think I need a replay on that one.
Messi. Yaya Toure. He is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped. A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Bellingham looking to get on the end of this. Now it's Yamal. And it's Roberto Carlos. And here's Yamal. Rijkaard.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to go.
Roberto Carlos. Rijkaard. Nicely spread. Played back in.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Chooses to go cross-field.
Well spotted.
Yaya Toure. That's Maldini. Great vision. And this is Messi. Oh, strongly challenged there. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
And it's Kadiolu. That's an imaginative pass. It's a promising position. Yamal's cross. Maldini clears it away. Yaya Toure. Cafu. We've got 5 minutes till half-time. McTominay. Roberto Carlos. Now it's Mbappe. And it's Fletcher. And here's Yamal. Well read, and the danger is averted. Oh, good-looking ball. Out to the right. Cafu. And it's Messi. And here's Hullet.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Tries to get it clear. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
And there they are.
On the evidence of what we've seen, they're worth their lead. There was genuine intensity and purpose behind what they brought to the game. I think they'll want a strong start just after the break, though, to force the issue that bit more.
Leading 1-0 at the break. We're already back up and running after half-time. A solitary goal, that has been the crucial difference. There's the man who is effectively the team's security policy. Roberto Carlos producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Yamal, great defending, strong and determined. Hullet, he's looking wide. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Bellingham defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. And here's Hullet, and it's McTominay. And he's in on goal! Played out towards the right wing. That's the throw. Turns back here, probably the best option. Cafu. Still just the single goal between the sides. Maldini. And no, that was never going to make it. Mbappe, looking for the run. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Just about up to the hour now. McTominay conjures time and space where few can. Kadiolu gets over and intercepts. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, this lead is beginning to look a little delicate. I'd rather see them show the ambition and adventure to go further ahead. But it seems as if they settle for a riskier approach now.
Shapes to shoot! He scores! They have come roaring back!
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Such a smart finish, and the setup was very good too, but defensively, they didn't cover themselves in glory here.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
That is good alertness. Now it's Hazard. Hazard going face-to-face with his great rival. McTominay. Hazard. Hazard will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Now it's Yamal. Rijkaard. Into the last quarter of an hour. Now McTominay. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
He's dribbled past his man here. And once more he proves rigid and robust. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning.
Substitution on the field. Number 99, Lukaku. Number 4, Gullit. Number 10, Messi.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end of it.
And a chance! Goal! And they're back in front. That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
Well, I think he was saying to his teammates, how dare you doubt me?
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
So now we're going to get those changes we have been expecting. Mohamed Salah getting the call here in what can be interpreted as a clear show of intent.
Well, this could lead to the injection of energy that might disrupt the rhythm of their opponents.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
You have to credit the desire we've just seen here, Peter, the desire to stick to your task and keep on chipping away. Some might have backed off, but not this lot. This is very impressive.
Can he get it through? Cafu is looking to influence the game from out wide. I think we're just about done here. Not too much more here than seeing out time, and time is very nearly seen out. Hazard. Belling, he's got through. It's in! We thought it was over! It's all square once more! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Terrific header!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Defending of the desperate variety. And it's Roberto Carlos. Cafu gets into some space. Cross needs big header! Well, that wasn't too dissimilar to the previous attempt.
Jeff, Chiba really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
And he's managed to get free. And he's had it nicked away. And there goes the final whistle. So it does end all square. Inspiration, perspiration, both on show in equal measure. Just not enough on either side. So bring it on. Hike, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Goes for a shot! And a terrific save from the keeper.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Roberto Carlos goes short. No way through, so back it comes. Cafu. Well, here's your hero, goal scorer, match winner, saviour, all in one. Terrific header! No, not the best of headers. Upamecano. Yaya Toure. And it's Hullet. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Messi. Now, what about a counter-attack? Well, it has been just one side doing all of the early probing.
Yeah, whether they've been allowed to set the standards or not, they're setting them, and a goal has to follow.
Swings in across. Maldini getting this one clear. Hullet. Roberto Carlos. Throw it. And he's gone searching crossfield. Can he get on the end of this? Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
Chance, surely! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball.
Oh, once he made the save, it didn't take the keeper long to start barking at his defence.
Still goalless. Maldini. Cafu. Cafu going face-to-face with his great rival. And here's Cruyff. And it's McTominay. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Rodri.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
Yeah, and it just, I suppose, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it...
Oh, he's been caught napping! Nicely shaped cross. He's in a great position here. And the shot! Goal! Argentina! Piercing, and with pinpoint accuracy, he forces it through.
The keeper deserves some sympathy there. He may not have seen that until too late.
A 1-0 lead established.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford to let their focus slip.
Well, they can break here. Alexander-Arnold. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Delicate ball, and it needs to be. And it's Yaya Toure. And that has left him in a heap. Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. And the referee has shown him a yellow card.
Yeah, well, they were exposed and vulnerable, and he knew he had to do something to prevent a goal there.
Messi! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. There's the delivery. And it's hoisted clear. Lukaku is always looking to break lines. Saliba. Rodri. Passing is crisp and sharp. Now, can they get him away? He's onside. Drives a decent chance! And that is quite powerful. A finish right from the top draw. They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. Oh, a goal of real quality. He made it look ridiculously easy.
Well, most of those go high and wide because of their difficulty. He made it look like he does it every day.
Argentina are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, they're...
Bullets! He scored! Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum is...
It's a mighty effort!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Saliba, Alexander-Arnold. And no, that was never going to make it. And they can counter here. And it's Lukaku. Now it's McTominay. And the counter is on. He's on it. Can he get away? Cruyff. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Great ball if he can get there. Well, now it's a race for the ball. Real chance here. Crosses it in here. That's really well cleared. And there's the end of the first half. So engaging and still right on edge. Plenty of signs to suggest this will turn out to be a really good one. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
Well, I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch, pass quicker, and entice the opposition out of position. He knows how crucial the next goal will be.
And we're already back up and running after half-time.
Jeff, Chiba really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Now it's McTominay. Pull it. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Rodri. And it's Hullet. That is good strength. Muscular approach does pay off here. Cruyff. Well, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Yaya Toure. Now it's Lukaku, and this is Hullet. Cruyff conjures time and space where few can. That's very neat. Stood up well to him there. They get a throw in. Neither of these two want to come off second best. That's tidy. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Cafu got a long way forward to join the attack. Upamecano. Now it's Hazard. And it's Hullet. Sorlot. Rijkaard producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
This is a really front-footed approach.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now. You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. Yaya Toure. And it's Rijkaard. Now Bergkamp. Pernis. Pernis will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Cafu is one whose deliveries we all know about. That has ended up in no man's land. Azar. Gullit going face-to-face with his great rival. Surlot. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Looking to play him in. Upamecano with the slide tackle there. Oh, that's well spotted. Rummenigge.
Jeff, Chiba really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
He is through here. It's Hazard! And that would have been game, set and match.
Hazard has reacted in utter shock here. For him, the keeper has pulled off the impossible.
And that's a simple one for the keeper. And now they can spring out of defence. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Cafu. And it's Roberto Carlos. And it's Rijkaard. Threads one in. McTominay in acres of space out wide. That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner. Number 2 then. Cafu plays it short, chooses to go back, opts to play it back. Yaya Toure. He is just caressing the ball.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Pitches it off him, and it's Messi. Pernis, of course, a dribbler of outlandish ability. No, he wasn't being taken in by that trickery. Argentina making consecutive changes here. He's got amongst the goals here, and now he takes his leave.
Look, you can only give your all, and he's delivered in that regard, and I think the manager has probably just spotted now a little tiredness creeping in, and, you know, if that's the case, then, you know, he's doing the right thing.
And he's gone backward here. It's a threatening ball. Big chance! That has been knocked clear. Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple. Serginho.
That's good play from him.
Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. One of those games that many would have felt no one deserved to lose, but sentiment counts for nothing here, and at the margins, it was decided. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. Rolls it backwards.
Giuliano Belletti will undoubtedly have a very busy game here, Peter. He's good.
He rises! What a wonderful goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
Certain, searing, and imperious.
Superb timing to generate that power, threw a really strong neck behind it, and he gave the keeper little opportunity.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Fletcher picks it up from the goal kick. Now it's Rafael Leao! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Cafu gets it away. And now they can spring out of defence. He's a sharp little ball here.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Cafu hurtling down that right flank. So just the one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. Roberto Carlos is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. Opts for safety. McTominay. It's Roberto Carlos. Knocks it into space. Chooses to go back. And it's Hullet. Oh, he's defended very well against those tricky feet. Now it's Rafael Leao. Now that looks a decent ball. Fletcher providing an outlet on that flank. Roberto Carlos sends it crossfield. Cafu. McTominay. Gets his head on it! That's another chance! It's in! A two-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, it still had to be finished off, so well done to the goal scorer, but the keeper should have done a lot better.
So that's two now without reply.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
Cafu turns back here, probably the best option. Roberto Carlos chasing after it. McTominay, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Tries to play it through. Cafu gets into a good position. What a throw in. Oh, that's neat. Rafael Leao. And it's Fletcher. And Donadoni could move up a gear here. Shifted it to the flank. No, not quite on the same wavelength. McTominay plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. Yaya Toure. Maldini. Back into the middle. Engages and forces him off the ball. Nicely shaped ball. Now it's Rafael Leao. No, he wasn't going to be fooled. Rijkaard. Cafu. And that has left him in a heap. Oh, he's done very well to take that back. Schlotterbeck. And it's Belletti. And it's made its way to him.
There will be 1 minute
Donatoni.
added time.
And that was very necessary. And it's Schneider. He has found a way through. Picked out brilliantly. And that'll be the final action of the first half. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Jeff Chiba certainly can feel happy about how things have gone, but now isn't the time to take their foot off the pedal. They need to keep pushing, keep imposing, don't leave the door open for the opposition.
It has been a remarkable contest, decorated by goals, and 2 between them at half-time. And we are already promptly back underway. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently... Rafael Leao! Getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. Yaya Toure. And he's forced to go back. Cafu is herring after that one. And there's green grass ahead of him. And Messi! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Oh, what has happened here? Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. He's found a way through. Now it's Rafael Leao. Rijkaard defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man.
I'm not sure the shot was ever on there, really. There were just too many bodies in the way, Peter.
Roberto Carlos. That's very neat. He's had it taken off him. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Shot could be on. Oh, well played. He's taken that really cleanly.
Oh, that's excellent. Such a clean tackle.
There's the man who is effectively the team's security policy. Messi. Maldini. Yaya Toure. Maldini. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Roberto Carlos. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. And he stands tall, impenetrable. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other.
Well, welcome to the modern game. You get hounded as soon as you get the ball. You can't take time like that.
It's a promising position. Cleared without hesitation. That's going to go a long way. And reclaimed it in a trice. Yaya Toure. Donatoni. Now, what about a counter-attack? The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. McTominay. Rijkaard. He's shifting through the gears here. Well, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card.
Well, sometimes a loose foul can trigger a completely different spell of play, and it makes even less sense.
Looking for options for movement. And the shooting chance! Yaya Toure has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. Cafu. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. And here's Messi. Messi touches it back.
really got in his face there, and it was well played.
And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Schneider. And it's Joao Palhinha. Oh, good spread. Played out to the right. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. And here's Hullet. Played out towards the right wing. Messi. Chance! Oh, it looked like 3-0 for sure.
Well, it was a bit complacent there, I thought, Peter. Maybe he thinks the game is already won.
Little pass back.
He had nobody else to help out there.
Terrific header! Just off target.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
Now it's Messi. Fletcher was in no mood for any of that. Batistuta.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
There will be 1 minute at
Darren
a time.
Fletcher. Oh, he couldn't quite make it. And the referee brings it to a close. So smiles all round as they shamelessly indulge in the post-whistle euphoria. A win achieved through the right balance of industry and inspiration. A really satisfying day's work. Hullet claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
I think we just saw a team winning by playing to their strengths. There was a clear picture of what they set out to do, and the players were determined to deliver it, and they did.
Well, thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans make their way home, so must we. Good evening to you.